Good morning, students. I welcome you all to the online classes, and I hope you all must be fit and fine and enjoying these lectures. Apart from that, you will also see these online lectures you can refer at any point of time. Whenever you feel any difficulty in any of the topic or the concepts, you can just refer to all these video lectures, right? So with this, I welcome you all once again. We had been discussing about the topic Agriculture, chapter number 4 from your geography textbook. And we are going to continue with it. Today is the last leg of this particular chapter, wherein we are going to discuss about the topic technological and institutional reforms. So you see, in this particular category, we will be saying why this technological and institutional reforms are necessary and what are the steps which has been taken by the government to boost agriculture. Okay, so let's start. You will see when I talk about technological and institutional reform, why it is required. You will see what's the need for it. Indian farmer, they have been using old and inefficient methods and techniques of production since long period of time. Since they are using traditional ways and they are also very poor and they have not adopted to modern methods which are very popular in Western countries. Take for example, the Persian wheel, the wooden plough and the bullock carts. These are the symbols which characterize Indian agriculture and Indian farmers. Not only today, but since last so many years, these are the features with which they are being characterized. With this old technology, farmers, they are unable to increase the productivity and the production. The food production was falling short of the growing demand of the ever-increasing population. And hence, you will see there is a need for this particular technological and institutional reforms. Apart from that, you will see to feed the teeming millions, there is a must that the increase in productivity should be there. And hence you will see that this is also one of the reasons why technological and institutional reforms are necessary. Apart from that, you will see that India's major population, they are engaged in the agriculture sector. And thus, there is a need to enhance these agriculture sector. Apart from that, you will see day by day, as I told you, this is a growing population. And this growing population has to be ensured with the food security. And thus, a number of reforms are being required. Apart from that, you must have heard about farmers committing suicides. So you will see to reduce this agriculture stress, there is also a need that technological and institutional reforms should be undertaken. Not only this, you will also see that climatic changes are taking place. And these climatic changes, they are directly impacting the agriculture sector. And hence, there is a need to change the methods of production. You will also see, though the production is taking place, but hardly any income is being generated. And hence, to generate more and more income out of agriculture sector, there is a need that technological and institutional reforms should be undertaken. So, this is why you will see the need for technological and institutional reforms. I'll sum up once again. You will see India being an agriculture sector, agriculture country, most of the people, they are employed in the agriculture sector. Apart from that, the growing demand for the population is there. Day by day, there has been increase in the population, and to feed that, it's necessary that agriculture sector should be reformed. Not only this, you will see farmers are committing suicide. So to stop that agriculture stress level, there is a need for it. Apart from that, climatic changes are taking place, right? Low productivity and low income is there. So all these are the reasons why I say that technological and institutional reforms are being required. Now let us see what all technological and institutional reforms are being needed. We are going to categorize these under two different headings. First we'll deal with institutional reforms, then we'll move on to the technological reforms. So let us start out. institutional reforms. When I talk about institutional reforms, the very first one, that is your collectivization, consolidation of holdings, cooperation and abolition of zamindari system. Now let us see what exactly are these. When I talk about collectivization and consolidation of land holdings, it means that right from the ancient period of time, you must have heard about the law of inheritance, and I have also discussed in my previous lecture. What exactly is this law of inheritance? That the father's property passes on to the son and to the next generation. And just because of that, you will see fragmentation of land has taken place. Now land is being divided into small pieces, and in that small pieces, modern methods cannot be utilized. You will see threshers, tractors, all these modern equipments cannot be used over there in small land holding, and hence the very first step which the government has taken up, that is collectivization and consolidation of these land holdings. Okay, so this was there. Apart from that, at the same point, we have got your abolition of zamindari systems. You will see zamindars, these were the owners of huge land, right? They used to own acres and acres of land, and thus it divided the society into two broad divisions, haves and have-nots. The one section having lots and lots of land, whereas the others, the landless laborer, hardly having any land along with them. And hence the government took up the major step, that is abolish the zamindari system which was prevailing in our country. Not only this, you will see it had also started with the Gramdan movement, right? Bhudan Gramdan movement, popularly called to be as your bloodless revolution, so as to ensure land to the landless farmer. So this was point number one, that is consolidation of holding and abolition of zamindari system. Point number one, wherein you will underline these two key points. Let us now move on to the second one. Second one states that land reform has been in the focus for the first 5-year plan. You will see when the country got independence, government started preparing 5-year plans. These 5-year plans were being prepared in order to focus towards the targeted sector. Like some year they used to focus with health, some year on education, some year on agriculture sector. So this way, every year, every 5 year in fact, some or the other targets used to be there so as to improve that particular sector. You will see with the coming up of the Modi government, the 12th 5-year plan which was in action is being stopped out. Right? So this was regarding your land reform. Now you will see during that period of time, land disparity was a core issue. So it focused basically on your agriculture sector. Now let's move on to the third one. Third one states that provision for crop insurance against droughts, flood, cyclone, fire and various crop diseases. See children, natural calamities cannot be stopped by human being. Like for example, COVID-19 is there. Can we stop it? We can take precautionary measure against it, definitely. But you will see it's not in the hands of the human beings. And hence what we can do at the max, we can take precautionary measures against that. So similarly, you will see provision for crop insurance is there. Like for example, if there is a drought or a flood like scenario, what the government will do? The government provides insurance for these. So certain provisions have been made by the government. Apart from that, farmers on their own also can have certain provisions, and then they can start with this particular initiative. So this is also one of the institutional reforms which has been taken up. Then we have got establishment of Grameen Bank, right, and cooperatives. You will see Grameen banks and cooperatives are being provided so as to give loans to the farmer. Loans at a concise rate. You must be knowing that, like when these are the formal sectors, when they don't get loans from the formal sector, what happens? These farmers and landless laborer, they turn towards informal sector, wherein they charge these money lenders, they charge very high rate of interest, right? And hence they fall in the category of your debt trap. So to avoid such type of situation, to avoid the exploitation by the money lenders, the government has led to the establishment of Grameen banks and the cooperative sectors. Now you will see if these types of sectors and banks will be set up, easy loan facilities will be provided to the farmers, and this will enhance their productivity and the situation of the farmer to a very great extent. The next point is establishment of KCC, that is Kisan Credit Card, PIS, that is Personal Accident Insurance Scheme, MSP. When we talk about minimum support price, these are the pre-announced price, that is before the sowing of the various crops. You will see this removes the element of uncertainty among the farmers. You will see the government announced that pre-announced price, whether your harvest is good or bad. Like if it's a bad one, if that particular farmer doesn't get anyone who can purchase the crops, then the government says that I will be purchasing your crop at this particular price. So you will see these types of minimum support price. It ensured, it is a type of insurance for the crops which are being grown by the farmers, right? So you will see time to time such efforts have been taken by the government. Not only this, now let us move on to the next topic, that is called to be as your technological reforms. When I talk about technological reforms, a number of revolutions have been initiated by the government. When I talk about number of revolutions, this is called the Green Revolution, the first one. You all must be aware, 1967, discussed in our previous lecture also. High-yielding variety seeds are being used out. Then we have got White Revolution, popularly called to be as your Operation Flood. It was being initiated for your dairy products and for the dairy farming, right? To give boost to these types. Then we have got a Yellow Revolution, which is being for the pulses, right? To give boost to it. Blue Revolution, which is for the fisheries. Silver Revolution for the eggs. Not only this, we also have got a Rainbow Revolution. Have you heard about that? This particular Rainbow Revolution helps in promoting horticulture crops. You will see Rainbow Revolution deals with the promotion of fruits and vegetables. Apart from that, you must have heard about Pink Revolution. It deals with the meat and the meat product. Like more the enhancement should be there. Apart from that, you will also see all these types of revolutions are being initiated by the government so as to improve the agriculture and the related sector. We'll see weather bulletins are being initiated by the government, wherein they give news regarding the weather condition to the farmers. News are being telecast on your radios and the televisions, which helps the farmer regarding the improved varieties and the ways or when exactly the sowing and the harvesting should be undertaken. Apart from that, we also have got subsidy on agriculture products. You will see when I talk about subsidy on agriculture products, they provide subsidy on electricity, on the seeds and the fertilizers on a very, very concise rates. So when the subsidy is being provided, they can easily purchase these products at a very low price, and it helps as a support system to the farmers. Nowadays, the government has provided lots and lots of subsidy on the variety of agriculture and agriculture related products. Agriculture implements are also being provided at a very, very concise rate. Then you need to have a good network of transportation and communication facilities. You will see now most of the villages, they are connected with you can say roadways and waterways. Apart from that, all weather roads should also be there. Telephone and mobile facilities should also be provided to the farmers so that the connectivity is there. Whenever the price of the crop is being increased in the market, they should be easily be able to communicate, and in this way they can get a better crop, or you can say better sale for that particular crop. When I was talking about your tea plantation, I have told you there is a large variety, or you can say there is a vast difference, contradictory situation is there. The owners, you can say that those plantation owners, they were connected to the stock exchange, whereas the poor laborers and the farmers, they are unaware of these facilities. So if directly they are being connected, it will be beneficial to these farmers. Not only this, you will see new techniques of irrigation has come up. Electricity or diesel, which is being required now for the operation of your hand pumps, all these things have been set up, and it has replaced that old Persian wheel. Now you will see now large number of irrigation facilities are being provided for these particular farmers. Dams, canals, all these are being constructed on a very large scale by the government. When I talk about new techniques of irrigation, then we also have got various new modern implements, like you can say and equipments, like we have got tractors and iron plows. They are being replaced. These have been replaced by the wooden plows which were drawn by the bullocks. And you will see tractors, threshers, combiners, all these modern equipments are being used on a very large scale by the farmers. So you will see good quality seeds are also a prerequisite under these. You will see like when good quality seeds are there, high yielding variety seeds are there. You will see early maturing of these quality seeds have helped the farmers to increase their production, though there are certain demerits of that, but still you will see it has increased the productivity to a large scale. So these are some of the technological and institutional reforms which should be taken by, has been taken by the government, right? So this is all there in this particular topic of technological and institutional reforms. Okay, well, that's all in today's lecture. We'll stop here. But before we leave, take down the question, 5-mark question. That is, what are the various technological and institutional reforms initiated by the government? Very important question for your board point of view. 5-mark question is always there from here, right? So in that particular case, you need to write all these 10 points. That's what more than 10 points we have discussed. Technological reforms separately and institutional reforms separately. Is it clear? So this is all there. And always remember, agriculture is the backbone of India's economy, and it supports and it contributes to the GDP on a very large scale. And so there is a dire need to increase the productivity in the agriculture sector. Okay, that's all in today's section. Goodbye. Take care.